Okay, so this is a video about Fallout in VR. So what it's like, why it's different, and what it's like playing it on a low spec, well, totally under spec machine. Which you can probably see it's a bit glitchy at points, and I've had to do horrible things to the graphics. But I think I'm just going to go through what's kind of different in VR.
Huh?
I said what's different in VR. And the sort of most obvious thing is, okay, this is all hand controlled. So, and I think this is quite a good place to show just picking stuff up as well. So yeah, I've got all my silly weapons. That one looks a bit weird like that. But yeah, you can imagine hand aiming with this stuff is kind of cool. It's all pretty, very spontaneous, very, you watch it. It's it's pretty straightforward. It's what you imagine it would be. In this version, I'm physically kneeling down to stealth, which is for short periods is just fine on one knee. So I'm pretty much like he is there. And if I really want to spend some time sneaking for ages, I'll actually go down on both knees and just move around. Movement is all done. I'm on left-handed, so yeah. Water. I got you water. There's water all the way over there that comes here in a caravan. Motion in this is really nicely implemented. It's kind of a bit of a gold standard now. I'm using the stick to go forward and back so I can backpedal, move away from stuff, can run on, and you basically can nuance it by where I point, essentially. And then it seems silly, but essentially if you use a stick in VR, say if I were to push right on the stick to turn right, it's one of the key things that makes about 80% of people feel off. So what you actually do is I'm just turning in real life. And sorry, you're only seeing the left-hand side of my vision. You're seeing my left eye. So yeah, I can just turn. I'm turning physically in real life, and then you combine it with running and sort of strafing. And then I've got the strafe itself if I move left or right. And it's just nicely implemented. Some games seem to get the acceleration wrong on the strafe.
It's funny. Just for a moment there, I thought you were your sister.
Oh, that is a weird thing to say to me. Were you talking to me?
Daddy, don't think about things like that.
Yeah, Dad.
I suppose I can't help it.
Depends what you did with the sister, really.
Since
Oh, she died. I remember. So yeah, you can see I'm recording as well. So quality is not good. I've had to, because I'm on a 970 with an i5, I think a 4960, whatever. I'm way below what they recommend. They recommend a 1070 GPU and an i7 much higher. You can see my shadow draw is basically about 5 meters around me, which is probably really stupid, and I should just give up on it entirely. But I still kind of like it. It's so stupid. But yeah, anyway. But another quick thing to look at is just if we can find something to pick up. And basically it will extend out to the end of your gun, but this looks ludicrous. But essentially it's really naturalistic that you can, if I were to find a box with stuff, you can just pick it up and shake everything out and stuff, and it's just really simple but really convenient. I don't know if I can put a beer bottle in that thing, let's find out. But it looks ludicrous, but there's actually really, that it's the end of your gun that is being used as the interaction point. But it's actually this nice little thing where some VR games were going a little bit too realistic. Like, people have complained that you don't have an actual hand in VR. I don't mind that stuff too much. I can see why they didn't try and get it done immediately. But what's quite nice about having a bit more range to reaching out to things is it does become a bit of a pain if every time you're trying to pick something up, you're having to kneel down and grab it or whatever. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Whereas if there's a bit of range, you can just go, oh, I want that, and it's almost like telepathy. Oh, I want that thing over there. Oh, I want to put that there. It's alright. It just means you don't need that total physical one-to-oneness all the time. Now that they've got it, so you can just move around pretty naturalistically as if like you were in a game, standard. It doesn't feel necessary to mimic everything in real life, and also most people don't have the room. I've got maybe like 1.5 meters by 1.5 meters of clear space around me. So anyway, that's the basics of it. That's the bread and butter, is that you can do all your classic VR thing, all your classic Fallout things, and it's just it's just you here waving your hands around. You have sunglasses because you came from Sanctuary. We have a system. This is good. And everything, this thing feels like it's, what, I guess that's 6.5 foot high or something, because I'm this tall.
Huh?
I'm about 5'10" or whatever. This feels like a big thing. It's really funny. Hello, you. But, alright, the other thing to say about Fallout, everyone knows Fallout is just ridiculous and needs a lot of nuancing by the user half the time. I've had to do so many things. This would normally, getting this close would normally just push me away, and I can now actually clip into it. I've had to wow, it's busy around here. I've had to change it so that I don't get pushback. So for example, if we were to go to Sanctuary, and I tried to rub dog meat on the head, the way the game launches, it literally pushes you back, and it's unnecessary, it's too much. So there's a million things that I've already faffed with that make it just feel a bit more accommodating. A final little thing probably that's worth mentioning, it's just a simple thing, it's just a tally with, because the game, it's dated now, but they've got what a lot of VR games don't have, which is mouth animation, and they've got eye tracking from where you move. So if I talk to Preston, he's gonna try and get me to...
Hey, what do you need? Do you think we're ready to retake the castle?
If I move around... not now.
No, we're not ready. Yeah. Your call. Just let me know when you're ready to pull the trigger.
And even if I duck around, rather than just physically move, he basically will track you with the dialogue and the conversation. And it's just a little thing, but it just works when you're chatting, or if you're just wandering off ignoring them. You know that they're kind of talking in your direction. It's less like the rubberized static weirdness you get in a lot of VR launch games. Not all, to be fair, but a lot of them. Okay, I mean, essentially, that's the basics of it. You can see it's grubby, and I've got literally no anti-aliasing on at all, just purely for performance. I've had to make a lot of sacrifices, and you can see you can probably see it's settled down a bit, but it's fairly jumpy and glitchy in most places. And if I go to Diamond City, everyone's like a doubled blur. You look like you won't get sunburn here.
Water. Even another water pump would help.
You people are very ungrateful. I get it piped in. I get it brought by double-headed cow. Okay, but what I'll try and do is I'll just try and do a bit of combats. The one thing I've had to... I'm also using an unsupported VR headset, as in they've only launched it for the Vive headset, but I'm on a Rift, and it all works. It's all on open VR underpinnings and all the rest of it. It all works. But for example, the control system, I've had to use a slight hack to make, because the Vive has touchpad. So the one thing that isn't currently easily fixed, or I haven't been able to, is the bleeding map. So what I will actually do is go data, go to the nearest, let's go Grey Garden. I'll just see how near I can get before it messes up. Oh, yeah, that's... Alright. I haven't been into the CIT ruins yet, so there should be some things to shoot. There's silly things. Well, yeah, when this appears, I don't quite know why. One of the changes I've made means everything's covered in shadows. But anyway, the baseline is you're gonna have to want to put some effort in if you want to play Fallout 4 on like a half decent PC, especially on an unsupported VR headset. But it's doable, and it's pretty freaking cool. So have I got? Yeah, I've got. See, the problem is I'm fairly short of ammo. Yeah. Okay, so they've got all this. What's lovely is one of the great things is because Fallout became this more root and shooting kind of variant of itself. I like. Oh, it's very wobbly. All of the gun mods, when you change things, look hilarious. They look great, and you feel like you've got a new weapon. And there is, I can't reload this one, but everything's sort of animated. You can't do the classic thing that some VR games are doing now of like clunk click doing it yourself, which would be quite sweet in a way. But it's nice. It's just nice that it all animates, and so many little. Right, so I'll go a bit sneaky.
We should get out of here as soon as we can.
Yeah, probably fair point. Alright, what I should really do is just go in the front door. Don't know if we've got one here. So, but you can see, you can just do your classic gamey run around stuff all very easily. The only issue actually is because of the cord. Normally it's not an issue. If you go up spiral staircases, you do tie yourself up in your cord, which is a pain in the bum. No ingress. Okay, I guess I'll find one of the front doors. I guess what I want to show is that as much as gunplay isn't everything in this game, it's half the colour really. Oh. What is quite fun is being able to like hide behind stuff and throw a grenade around a corner, blind fire over the top of things. You know, it's just, you don't have to be too physical at all, to be honest. Most of your kinetic action is really done with this, you know. It's done with, I'll try and put that on the left-hand side. It's done with the controller. Oh, I've just realised all that time I was showing, you probably wouldn't have seen when I was showing how the movement. So you can see with my right hand, that's controlling, giving me this extra nuance of direction. And then I can click to run, trigger to jump, and it's got the back pedal. I can pull back. So let's see if we can go in the front door and get in trouble. The side door. You can see performance isn't awful in this bit. It does vary a lot. Basically any sort of weather, including a dry, clear day, seems to mess with things. I don't know. But nighttime seems to be better. Alright, I'll duck down. Scrounging's all pretty easy. This is it. They've just got the basic stuff. All your classic core stuff just works. So, yes, okay. I'm just clicking the stick to nab stuff. I can, whatever, do the equivalent of mousing over. You've had a bad day. I had to adjust my height. That was another thing. Initially, I was like a fucking 8-foot tall giant as I was playing with it. And everything was correspondingly small. I had tiny hands. It was hilarious. So I'm probably a little bit smaller than I'd like, but I just have to stand up straight, and I feel I'm at least eye to eye with these guys. And I don't know, I could go on for ages about, even though this is not high quality rendering and that, it's so funny how this stuff, you easily go along with the idea that he's got dimension and heft. It's just really odd. Okay. And this is it. I guess I'll just see if I can get involved in a bit of combat. Oh yeah, sort of. I'm rocking the ridiculous old shotgun, but it is actually, when things get up... Hmm? Oh. Why was that a robot voice? I don't know which weapon to use, because... Oh, what the hell? Okay, yo, VATS is probably the other thing we should observe. VATS is different. It doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't freeze time. Who is doing what? Oh, so... Out of the way. Is that a... Wait, what? Is that someone in power armor?
Following Institute protocol.
Oh, okay, no. Oh. Well, I guess I'll let them carry on. But yeah, that's... Sorry, this is becoming very fractured, but... Well, I can't resist, that's... Oh, so I'm just actually... so I'm not going to be able to get him. I've had to alter it so it only updates every second on the limbs. I think I missed that, didn't I? I'm possibly... Yeah, I don't think I... Oh, I did get it. Oh, wait, why me? Oh, that's super mutant. Okay, so you can see I'll get a little animation if... Oh, I can't reload. That's... Yeah, I am super low on ammo. Okay, he's getting involved. So I'm now not ideally placed for left-handed shooting, but...
You see me, human?
I mean...
This is death!
I mean, I could try and chuck a grenade out there, but... Oh, where's he shooting? Ooh, that was a glitch. Okay, so we'll get a nice little simple reload animation. And obviously it's nice that you can just... Yeah, I'll have it. And everything's all... Even though I've got very low particle effects, it's all exploding around me, which is nice. Ah, there you go. I should have brought my... Oh!
Over here.
Yeah. Hello? This... Oh, I'm not going to be able to get him. Okay. Oi! Damn you. Oh, he's getting in. I'll just blind fire him. Oh. Oh! Flanked. So I'm just going to rest my other arm up, because... Alright. This is another problem. That the reticule on this particular weapon is is a bit rubbish. There's only one. The dot sight is half decent, and on my ranged weapon it works actually alright.
I'm gonna eat your legs when you're
Let's. Oh god! I could have blind fired that probably. Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah, why not? I guess I'll just save.
Another one for the Minutemen.
I don't think there's any need to sneak. Oh, I am hidden. Okay. So what's nice here, I was going to say, is just being able to look around with your head, you know, check what's going on. You feel like you have a little bit more awareness of everything. Okay, oh look. Maybe... Oops. I just...
Sure that's worth taking with us?
Yes. Nothing. Okay, but I guess that gives a little look at how the combat works. What? Oh no. Oh, thank you, you're here.
Yo, psst. You want to swap supplies?
Yeah.
No problem.
So there you go. Menus are pretty straightforward. Oh wait, are you carrying rubbish already? I did not realize that. Oh no. Okay, can I... Oh good, you've got some space, okay. So yeah, I do far too much of this, but anyway. Oh my god. I will just scrap everything. But yeah, pipe things, la la la. Yeah, so I won't film much of this because this is fairly dull. What I'm actually doing in the game is mainly setting up major shops at all my encampments, and I'm hoping to make money to buy stuff so I don't have to... But here's an example of, I guess I could... Oh, that's weird. Oh, it's because I'm near the synth. Oh. But in theory, yeah. Oh, no, I can't pick that up. Oh, that's weird. Oh yeah, I can. So normally what's nice is you can just pick stuff up, shake things out, chuck them around, and it all feels very natural. But there we go. And this is, there we go, meat and potatoes is not the best performance in here, but it's alright. I can live with this. And you can whoop, zip around, strafe around corners. It's all very simple, classic gamey stuff. But I guess I'll probably just leave it there. Why is everything so green down there? Why are you so dead? I'm gonna totally... That's what I need. I guess I'll just see if I can do some slightly more impressive... Oops, no. Shooting. See if I can use one of their laser weapons. La la la. 17, I mean that's pretty rubbish. Give it a go. See what we can see. But yeah, it's Fallout. It's in VR, and I know it doesn't come across that there's it's intriguing in this format. That is, oh yeah, that it's very odd to just be in this world. Come here.
Hey,
Anyway. Oh no. Okay.
listening.
Right. I'll just. Oh, and there's a safe as well. Yeah. I'll just stop recording here because I'm now just overloaded with rubbish. Here are the stars that I had to adjust so they didn't look like they were closer than actual buildings, which was just one of those classic Bethesda things where you're just like, how have you missed that? It's in your own INI files that you can change it. But anyway, yeah, this is the game. That's enough. Bam. Say bye. Bye.